Hello, 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 and welcome to Nana's Crochet Ideas. I am your host, Teri, and today is December the 11th. So we are going to be opening up package number 11. This is from the Leither collection, Advent Calendar 2020, called the Northern Lights, which was one of their options. They had a couple of other options as well for this year. So let me go ahead and open up the package. Here's the color. Did anybody guess the right color for today? Here we are with purple. So there you go. Very light purple. Not really very, very light, but much lighter than yesterday's purple. Beautiful. A beautiful color, and I am so glad that I decided to do my own project instead of the cowl that they suggested, because like I said, I would not have kept it or worn it if I did keep it, which would be a waste. So I'm making something that I will wear or use. So again, we have purple. It's a lighter purple than yesterday's. What color do you think it's going to be tomorrow? I think we're going to still have purple. What do you guess? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, at the end of this video, instead of ending, because the last two have been rather short, I'm going to add a video about some of the, not all of it, but some of the yarn I dyed for my brown blanket that I'm working on. So I'll talk a little bit about, some of you saw some of the yarn I dyed before and you didn't see the conclusion. So that will be included along with new things that I dyed. So I think last count I had 14 colors in the blanket, of which only 4 are store-bought. All the rest are dyed. So that's coming up. Stay tuned. Today I am going to give you an update on my yarn dyeing adventures. So first of all, I will start with the cone of cotton. If you remember, it was purple with a little blue coming together with just a little strip of white down the center. As it dried, the blue continued to move until it matched each other. So about 75% of it was covered in purple and 25 blue, no white left. So what happened was I went to take it off the cone and hang it up. And I don't have it here to show you, but I do have a little picture of it unwound that I will include, that I will post right here now. So as you can see, the purple was only on just the outer layer or two. Everything else, and the blue, everything else inside was pink. So of 700 yards of yarn, I don't even think I had, well, yeah, I probably had a yard. But I didn't have even 100 yards of blue and purple. And my daughter really wanted me to get away from the pink and go for purple. So I decided that although it was beautiful and I should have left it alone and just started with a new cone and done it in purple, I didn't. I tried to fix that one and do it in all purple. So I used food coloring and tie-dye together. and I cooked it. I hanged it up and then I cooked it. And it was a beautiful purple, which was very hard for me to get because it stayed blue and just got darker blue and darker blue until I added the tie-dye, and I still had to add 2 or 3 bottles of the red to get it to be purple. So it turned purple. I put the yarn in. The yarn turned purple. It was a beautiful color. I was so excited. But as it cooked, it started going back to blue again. So in the end, I had it was a darker blue than this was. It was a pretty blue, but it was blue and we didn't really need it. But as it was drying, we had an accident, so it ended up getting thrown away. So that is gone. It didn't work out and it's no longer here. So I will start again and do another one. Now with the brown that I did the 2 balls of brown, and I will include here a clip of what they look like when I hanged them up. It's right here. Now the outer edges were really dark brown, which is what I was going for, and I liked it. And as you went inward, it got lighter and lighter. So you should have been able to see that on the little clip that I showed you. What I did was then I took a skein of Parfait, which is also 100% polyester. You saw what that brown turned out like, and I dyed the bottom section, like the bottom third of it, to do the brown. And it came out this tan kind of color. Can you see that? So not a dark brown, a light brown. I don't know. So, with one of the skeins, I took the dark brown that I really liked, and used it in the blanket, and took the lighter brown, rehanged it up, and colored it again, dyed it again, with this time using the, actually I used the same, the iPoly, because I had used 2/3 of the package for the first set. So I used the last third of it for this, and I re-dyed it and got it pretty much, wow, it looks green, but it is brown. So it's a dark chocolate brown. I don't know why. I don't know why. It looks green to me on the camera. Maybe you see it differently. But it is a very dark brown, and it's almost the entire skein is dark brown. So I was happy with that. Then I had said I wanted to do a rust color. So let me show you on a picture, or it's a little bit of a video. I'm going to include it here, and this is what it looked like in the pan after I put the color and the yarn in it. So this is my 3rd attempt at dyeing the rust color on this polyester. I'm using Teri Moore, which is the type that I'm supposed to use. And I wanted to give you an idea of what the color is starting out as, because the other ones came out so differently. This is more of a rust than I've had before. The first was a beautiful color, but more red in it. The second also had more red in it, but it was less brown, and now we are doing this color. And we will see, once again, how this one comes out. But this is a more true rust color. This is the best rust color I've gotten so far. And we're steaming up. All right. So as you can see, it looks a nice, good rust color. The kids kept coming in and seeing it and kept saying it looked like hamburger, raw hamburger meat. So the first time, so I did this 3 times. The first time, I got this color. Which is kind of a tanny. There is some gold spots in it, but not anywhere near red. So I thought all the red washed out, right? So I tried it a second time. Now with the second one, because I wasn't sure it would work, I used this white parfait that I had dyed the first third brown, and I dyed the last third with this rust colored, and I got this. There is some rust, you know, little dots of it, but for the most part, it turned out orange. That was number 2. So I thought, okay, and this time I put a lot more red in for it to turn more rusty color, or more than brown anyway. And it turned orange. I'm not a quitter. So I tried another time, my third time, and I had more red in it still, and I used a lighter brown instead of the darker brown dye more. I used a lighter brown, only comes in 2 shades. And although this is a beautiful yarn, it's also not rust. Now that is true to color. So it's pretty. It has some variegated, you know, variegation in it. But let's see. There really is no rust in this. I think there was a couple of little spots. I don't see it on there. It might be on the inside. But again, no rust. For some reason, the red dye is not holding its color. Now I'm cooking the yarn for 2 hours, and I am cooking it at a boil, a low boil, but I'm making sure that it's actually boiling and not just like a simmer. So I don't know what the problem is, but I will try again. I just haven't done it yet. So that's my adventures with dyeing. As you can see, this has not been very successful this time. Although I'm delighted with the goldish kind of color. The first one I'm using in the blanket instead of rust because I can't keep not doing the blanket. I do have a time frame and waiting to get rust. So I use that as like a different color gold than the gold I'm using. So I'm using that color, and I love this gold, yellow, the third one. I love that one too. And the other one with a parfait, I'll make something, probably a hat with it. I mean, I don't think it's bad. It's just not really what I was looking for. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something. I don't know. I learned something. I'm not as good as I thought I was. So I will keep trying and be doing more videos, dyeing videos for you. So thank you for spending this time with me. God bless everyone. Have a very blessed week, and I'll talk to you again next time. Bye.